So here we have the second linear growing pattern that was an example on the website for you guys to try out. Hopefully you've tried it and have had success and are just checking in. Otherwise, have a look at what you did and see if you can identify maybe where you went wrong or if you were having trouble anywhere else. So like always, we're going to take our pattern, we're going to organize it into a chart, term number, term value. And I remember from previous ones that my n, when I make an expression, is going to come from the term number. So I'm just going to add that here. First, second, third, and fourth numbers have been given to me. They are 3, 10, 17, and 24. Okay, so like I always mention, it's good for us to identify what the pattern rule is in words. So I'm going to start at 3. And then let's see, how much are we going up by here? To get from 3 to 7, I'm adding, 3 to 10, I'm adding 7. From 10 to 17, again, add 7. 17 to 24, add 7. Perfect. So this is a linear growing pattern because it is going up. The numbers are increasing and they're going up by the same amount. So they're going up by 7 each time. So start at 3. Then increase or add 7 each time. There's my pattern rule in words. And that's really good information for me when I want to come up with my expression. So the first thing that I was asked to do is figure out the 10th term value. Well, I'm just going to extend the table here. 5, 6. I don't have to extend the table. I could use the expression if I figured it out. But 7, 8, 9, 10. If I keep going with my pattern up by 7, so that should be 33, 40, 47. Oh, wait. Back that up. Bad math, Mr. Math Teacher. That's not right. Let's try this again. 24 and 7, that's 31. That makes more sense. And 38. And then what's that? 45, 52, 59, 66. There we go. The 10th term value should be 66. The 10th number in the pattern should be 66. Okay. Good. Let's hope my math works out. I'll come back and check that with the expression later, just because I seem to be having trouble adding by 7s. Okay, next. Let's figure out our expression. So like the examples that we've come up with before in class, this is a pattern that goes up by the same amount each time. And so since it goes up by 7s each time, I know there are multiples of 7 in the pattern, which means my expression can start with 7n. 7 coming from the fact that the pattern increases by 7 each time. The n will be, again, my term number. Okay, pretty sure this isn't correct. I'm going to have to add or subtract something on the end of this expression, because if it was just 7n, the pattern would go, the first number would be 7. 7 times 1 is 7. But for us to figure out what we have to tack onto the expression, we're going to check our first number, our first term number. So the first term number, n, is 1. So 7 times 1 gives me 7. And like I said, I know that's not the right first number in the pattern. So what I have to do is think, how do I get from 7 to 3 what I want? Well, to get from 7 to 3, I should take away 4. So this tells me I should probably have a minus 4 on the end of my expression. Okay, so I think I figured out what I need to do. Let's check the other two. The next two. Let's check the second number in the pattern. So the second number, n, is the term number is 2, so that's n. Hopefully it calculates 10 for me. 7 times 2, and again, now I have minus 4 on my expression. I don't want to forget that. 7 times 2 is 14. Take away 4. That's 10. Awesome. Feeling good about this. Third one, we always check the first 3. The third term number is n is going to be 3. Hopefully it calculates 17 for me. 7 times 3, take away 4. 7 times 3, 21. Take away 4 is indeed 17. Awesome. So here's my expression. I know for any term number, n, I can calculate what the term value is by doing 7n minus 4. So my expression is used to calculate the term, any term value I want. Any number in this pattern, I can use this expression. 7 times the term number, take away 4. That's an ugly 4. Let's take that and fix that. All right. So what I was asked to do last is, what's the 75th number in the pattern? So again, I don't want to make a chart 75 entries long. I'm going to use my term value expression here. So n is 75. So to get the 75th term value, I'm going to do 7 times 75, take away 4. 7 times 70 should be 490. 7 times 5 is 35, so that should be 525. I can double check that. Yep, 525. And then I have to take away 4, so it should be 521. So the 75th term value is 521. There we go. Another example of a linear growing pattern and how I can come up with a pattern rule by examining it, extend the chart, extend the pattern to come up with something like the 10th term value, how I can use the numbers I've been given to come up with an expression that will calculate any term value in the whole pattern, and then use that expression to figure out any number I want in the pattern.